You could absolutely do that. Yeah. So line chart is really useful because what it allows us to do is test things over a time or a series of data. And since we have data for the same 10-year period for each of the cities, I'm kind of wondering, have shark attacks been increasing over time? Because I feel like they have. I feel like they're in the news all the time now. And I wonder if shark attacks have been increasing in more recent years. So, showing trends and patterns over time are what line charts are built for. So, let's take a look at shark attacks over time by city. Okay, so shark attacks over time by city. My line chart's pretty simple here. I'm giving it the whole data frame, so just the whole DF, using year for the X, using Y for shark attacks, and using city to create each line. That's all I have to actually give it. Okay, the rest of this stuff, the title, the labels, that's just sort of icing on the cake. But if I just give it the data and tell it which thing I want where, it'll create that line chart for me. So let's create that line chart. Now, based on this data, which looks like, either modern art or a 3-year-old drew it, right? Does it look like we can say that anything is happening with the shark attacks over time? Do you see a pattern in the data? I don't. It just looks like crazy. Yeah. And if you start turning these off and on, like you can see that some years are good years and some years are bad years, and there doesn't seem to be a pattern to it. What I'm also interested in, though, is I wonder if I go by state, does that give me more interesting data? So if I change city to state, does that help? No, it really does not seem to. Okay, so if I just go with California, let's say, turn off everything except California data. Is there a pattern in California? No, not at all. No pattern whatsoever. So it's not looking good for saying anything about shark attacks over time. So what else can we do?